Hello and welcome to the Closing Time newsletter and to the achievement-oriented, inspirational, and highly profitable world of $1 Million Closer. Salespeople often ask me, Stephen, when does the close begin? And my reply is, at the beginning. Hello, I'm Stephen J. Young, and I'm known worldwide as the $1 Million Closer. No, I didn't give myself this title, and I've earned this title over and over since 1982. However, it's just that. It's a title. The 7 figures referred to is my yearly income goal, and it should be yours as well if you're in sales. I've literally closed over $100 million worth of deals in the worst economy our world has ever known, and I've done this with authenticity, accountability, and integrity. Look, without your having authenticity and accountability, having a conversation about integrity is a worthless exercise. They all go hand in hand, especially in the sales closing game. As you will learn, closing isn't selling, and selling isn't closing. Let me tell you a story which will share with you the attitude of a $1 Million Closer, my attitude, and illustrates what you have just learned, that the close starts at the beginning of your presentation. One afternoon, I was invited and pre-qualified to come to a seminar in a Las Vegas casino. It was to see about a position in closing deals and eventually to become the seminar platform speaker for the company. 5 other highly professional guys had been invited at the same time for the same interview, and one guy drove up in a canary yellow Lamborghini as I reached the door. He was about 6 foot 2 inches tall, a classic looking Italian dude with slick black hair, dressed head to toe in a light brown double-breasted suit, and he looked like he just walked out of a GQ magazine. He looked like $1 million. However, the man standing in front of him was not a salesman applying for a job. This man was a professional closer who knew and understood that closing isn't selling and selling isn't closing. You see, the man standing in front of Mr. Lamborghini Man was me. I smiled and I said to him, "Have you figured it out yet?" Not knowing me or who I was, he was stunned for a bit. After a pause, he said to me arrogantly and dismissively, "Figure what out?" I said, "Who's going to get the speaking gig?" He said with emphasis, "Well, I am." I immediately said to him, "Would you like to bet your Lamborghini on it?" He laughed and he said, "Of course not." I laughed and I said to him, "Then just get in your car and go home and save yourself the embarrassment because you're wasting your time." I turned around and walked away, leaving him standing there, stunned, in well-dressed ruins. You see, I too was wearing an expensive suit and I was already on my closing game. Game, set, and match for Mr. Lamborghini Man on the spot. Or as I like to say, suit up, show up, shut up, and close up. I walked into the seminar and introduced myself to the contact person, and I promptly said, "Jane, go ahead and interview everyone else first, including this nice-looking young man behind me. I would like to listen to the seminar speaker a bit to see how he's performing." And I walked off to a seat in the seminar. When it was my turn, Jane came to personally get me and said to me on the way to a table, "What have you done?" I said, "Jane, it's not what I've done. It's what I'm going to do right now." Jane smiled and said, "And what is that, Mr. Young?" I said, "Jane, I'm going to personally close some deals for you right now." Jane said to me, "But you're not trained." I said, "Jane, I don't need to be trained to close a deal. I've watched your speaker. I know what you're offering. Put me on a table and I will make you a profit right now. But I don't work for free." Jane immediately got on her cell phone smiling. She called her general manager, Mike, and after hanging up, smirked and said to me, "Okay, Mr. Young, Mike said you're on, and if you close 5 deals today, you will get paid." Like it wasn't going to happen. I got on a sales table as the seminar ended, and after their 3 salesmen were seated with their chosen clients, I got the leftovers. I immediately closed 3 deals at $3,495 each, and 2 others at the 7 p.m. show. $17,475 in profit for Jane's company. The other 5 guys that were applying for the speaking gig, they allowed themselves to be set on the sidelines like wallflowers and watched me take down 3 deals for $10,485 revenue, and the job they had applied for evaporated on the spot before their eyes. You see, they were applying for a job. I wasn't. I was closing deals. I watched all of them leave with their head downs, completely stunned at what they'd just witnessed. And Mr. Lamborghini Man, well, he left Jane a cassette tape of all he'd done. I saw it thrown in the trash. You see, I had closed Mr. Lamborghini Man at hello. Game, set, and match again. Look, if you have an appointment, they want what you have. give it to them from your first smile, or as I like to say, again, suit up, show up, shut up, close up. You've chosen to opt into my Closing Time newsletter. Well, I will be sharing my closing secrets with you. Send me your questions on your selling challenges, and I'll show you how you can close your own deals in the Closing Time newsletter. Share this newsletter with your friends, your sales manager, your boss, or anyone who wants to quit selling and start closing and learn how to expect a profit. Remember, closing isn't selling, and selling isn't closing. This is Stephen J. Young, the $1 Million Closer, saying, let's go close a deal together, your deal. I wish you all $1 million blessings. I'll see you at the bank.